ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى ثراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى ثراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. إلا دار زايد داري لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. وام الشيوخ اللي الله رعاها ربت قروب للوطن هم سند لا تذكر الفزعات إلا طراها مداتها بالعطايا هي تسد. وام الشيوخ اللي الله رعاها ربت قروب
I think I wanna thank the leadership of the UAE. I think it's been it's been some challenging times that have been going on, and it's shown us that a city which is 50-year-old city has really stood up to the challenges. We're grateful to be in a country like Dubai. We feel safer here, the families, the parents, the children, and I really want to express my sincere gratitude to the leadership. And I wish we can carry on being part of this beautiful journey. And thank you to our leadership for everything they've done for us and they're doing for us.
Welcome to Peers of Union. A new episode starts and a new success story that is, of course, in the United Arab Emirates. Our story today is about creativity, fashion, a uniform, and of course, it's a success story that is worth to be told. The success story is about Threads company that has established itself as the ultimate market leader, and the company is a pioneer in the premier uniform and school essentials provider for over 160,000 students, backed by massive logistics in Jebel Ali GIP. To discuss more, of course, we are pleased and delighted to have Mr. Latesh Radhakishen, Manager Director of Threads. Hello, and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for having us, of course, in your office. So let's talk about the personal story and the background. As you know, we always try to get introduced to the minds behind the success. So could you please walk me through the travel, the story, where were you born, and anything that you'd like to say that really expresses who you are?
So, 50 now, so crossed that half a century. But it's been a great journey. It's been a long journey. It's been a great journey. I was born in India. We moved when we were 5 years old to the south of Spain and Gibraltar, which is a little island just on the south coast of Gibraltar. Still a British entity. It's a British territory. Grew up over there till I was about 18. The former years I was part of an air training camp, so you used to call it the air training cadets. The dream was to be the next Tom Cruise and basically fly planes, right? But and Gibraltar was being a naval base and a military base, so we had the opportunity to actually join and train. So I did that for a while. I did it till I was 16. Unfortunately, at that point, my eyesight was a little bit less on the left, so you couldn't become a pilot. So that dream sort of came stuttering down. And then having retail in the blood of an Asian is normal. So followed course with a family business and started working with my father in his business. We were into retail from very young. And I was very lucky to have him because he set the foundations from the very beginning of having to work with integrity, with reality, with honesty. You do what you do, no matter how big or small. It's you see the impact that you have around you. And I think that gave us a lot of, that gave myself, my brother, a lot of strength to do what we did. Over the years, we expanded our business, and then we sort of, moved on. And education-wise, I was also studying in Gibraltar at that time. Funny thing was, I was the only guy between 400 girls. So it was a nun school, the only guy for at least 7 years, till they accepted other kids to come in. And my experience with fashion has been from day one, right? So it's always been a journey of how you've grown into this business, into the retail, into the materials, the fabrics, and the whole journey has been very, very, very inspiring in that way. Moved over to Dubai 13 years ago. Actually moved over to Dubai 23 years ago when I found my wife. My wife is from Dubai. She was born and bred over here.
So love has to do with the story as well, with the success.
Yes, Dubai has been from beginning to end. I mean, I initially started coming to Dubai when I was 5 years old. Once my cousin sister's married here, so we started coming here very often. And obviously, on every summer holidays, you spend 1 month here, 1 month in India. And, you'll go through the time and you spend that beautiful time here. And then every year was the same thing. And eventually, I was always looking at ways to move to Dubai or how to come to Dubai. So I thought the best way is probably pick up someone from Dubai, So I found...
So she's Indian born here?
She's Indian born here, and I think it's Rashid Hospital. So she was born here, and we met at a common wedding, at a friend's wedding, and we just hit it off. We were lucky to strike it off, and
she's the support system.
She's a massive support system. I mean, I am very, very lucky to have the wife I have. I mean, if it wasn't for her, it'd be very difficult for me to do what I do, because the number of hours that we spend away from home, the number of travels that we have, I travel every month at least 2 weeks, at least a week to 2 weeks in a month. And it's constant, and it's difficult, and it's hard. And she's the backbone to our family. I mean, she's a great mom, she's a great wife, she's a great sister, a great brother, a brother's sister. So she does a lot. And we've got 2 wonderful kids. One is turning 18, the other one's turning 14. And again, she's had to raise them up very much on her own, as I've been around traveling and working quite a bit. But it's definitely the backbone to the business and to the whole.
So you were saying that one of your role models is your father, and your support system is your family and your wife, of course. What is, on the professional level, let's say, or on the friend level, who's your support system?
So when I moved here, I joined Landmark Group, and I have to be very thankful to the CEO then. I joined with Shoemart, and Mr. Manu Jaswani. He's been a great inspiration. He taught me so much about the country. Obviously, I was new to a professional level to the country. I mean, I've been coming here as a tourist, as a guest, as a family. But on a professional scale, it's very different. Dubai works very different. It's very corporate. It's very professional, and it works like a machine, right? And to fit into that, I mean, I had to really learn from him. And he's been an inspiration all the way across. He taught me the power of working with people, the diversity of people, the cultures that live here, and how to handle them. I further then moved on, and I joined another group, apparel group, where I worked very closely with the chairman, Mr. Latesh. And he was another inspiration. Inspiration to a level where, things couldn't wait. We had to do them straight away. And he was very clear. He was very defined, knew where he was going. So I was very, very lucky to have worked under such a leadership. I joined other businesses, another business after that. And again, all these chairmen, these founders have one thing in common. They're very structured. They know what they want and they go for it. And I think that stems off the leadership that we have as well in the country. We run Dubai as a business. So the CEO of the business is Sheikh Mohammed. And this is why you have such great CEOs and such great talent in this country. And we're very lucky to have him with us. And so was I.
So this is the personal and sentimental story. And of course, just to say, travel sometimes make the relationship stronger because they make you miss each other more and not get bored of each other, which happens in general. So this is about the personal, on the personal level. Let's talk about Threads. This massive company that has a good reputation of providing uniforms. Tell me the first thread of the story. How did it start? What was the idea? Did it start very small or did you have partners? Just tell me the whole thing.
So the business started off with two partners. It was a very small business that was there. And we were actually trading out of warehouses. So, we were talking to schools, we were trying to sign up contracts with schools and say, we will produce your uniforms and sell them for you. Going back 15 years, we probably weren't that tech savvy as we are now. Our manufacturing wasn't as good or as controlled as it is now, but yet we managed to convince the schools to join hands with us. I think the factor of why this was happening is because we were honest to them. We bought the right product. We bought what we said we would do, we did on time. And I think that's why Threads, from where it was 15 years ago to running maybe 4 or 5 schools to today running nearly 80 schools. And the journey has been long, it's been hard, it's been difficult. But from the warehouse and a car park selling shoes to selling uniforms to actually now having 8 stores in malls. So we've got 7 stores in malls, and you've got 1 store in Qatar, and we're talking about store sizes being anywhere between 8,000 to 15,000 square feet. And it's not just uniforms anymore that we do. So we've actually, over the last year and a half too, we've become a one-stop shop. Because, the biggest pain come August for any mom, dad.
Stop shop means like everything that a child needs is there.
Everything that you would need if you were to go with your children to shop the uniforms, you would not have to step out to any other store. You would get your uniform, you would get your backpack, you would get your shoes, you would get your stationery, you will get your water bottles, you'll get your lunch boxes, even so that you can even customize them with the names on the top. Because the other problem is when kids go to school, they all have the same bag and it gets lost, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of science behind the madness. We've done a lot in the last 2 years. We've done a lot in 15 years, in 13 years, but we did a lot more in 2 years, where we managed to bring in new aspects to the business to suffice and make it easy for the parents.
So you provide everything that has to do with the school from age, let's say, KG to the 12th class, right?
Yes.
Everything.
We're also doing nurseries now as well. We've started working with nurseries. So all the way from nurseries, all the way to K-12. So you basically become a part of the Threads family. When you're born, you're 4 years old, you start going to nursery, and we only depart or break away when you've turned 12. So it's that journey that we want to have with the student, that we don't want to lose you. We want to be with you. We want to be a touch point in your life as you go across. Every single year when you come to visit us, we're building a community. We're not focusing on transactions. Transactional will come. It's like the leadership says here, you build and people will come.
You want a loyal customer.
Exactly.
Who stays 12 years with you.
Yes. And it's not easy. It's not easy, as you know.
Yeah, especially here in Dubai with all the competition. And let's talk about the, since we brought up the competition, the trend setting. How do you balance the trend setting and the school uniforms that is different from school to school? You know, here we have like international schools, it's a hub. So many nationalities like Australian, American, you know, a mix of everything. So how do you make a balance between the trend, the international schools, the quality, and also the good price?
So you see, Dubai, in its own entity, in its own way, is a melting pot of cultures. It's a melting pot of schools, cultures, diversity in who lives here, right? So when we look at what we do, we have to understand that one shoe doesn't fit all. And therefore, we are very specific with what the materials we use, with how we use the materials. We have all types of schools and universities coming. We have all the international universities from around the world. We have all the international schools from around the world, as you're aware of, which are now opening up in Dubai. And their demands are very much, we want to keep our true identity, but some of them are from the UK where they use tweed jackets. You can't use tweed in Dubai, it's too hot. So we have to replace that with a good cotton or a polyester or some sort of spandex material that allows the breathability of the product, that allows it to be obviously to wash it over here in Dubai. Even the water is warmer. So you need to think about those things, that how long do you get to wash the material for? So there's a lot of science behind what we do, but we still yet assist and help the schools to keep their heritage, keep their identities, and at the same time, keep them updated with what's going on in the market and how we can improve it. So that's how we work on the trend side of businesses.
Since you talked about it's backed with science, and of course now there is no way somebody is not using technology, especially here in Dubai. So how do you integrate technology into the process of making a uniform, a stationery? How is it involved in this?
So obviously we work with some really great partners based in China, based in India. And when you go to the manufacturing factories, I mean, initially people have a thought in the process, there's people just stitching and sewing and that's how it works. Yes, that is part of it. But now we use proper AI machines that actually can cut, stitch, sew, and put a product together without any human intervention. And not that only, but even apply solutions. So accurately, it's laser cutting. It's literally material is done as a laser cut. So there's no human cutting. There's a lot of these factories are now tripling their production because of what they're using. But very precise, very well made. I mean, I'm not sure who knows, but when you look at a uniform for any school, a shirt has 22 sizes because you have children of so many sizes. To cut that individually is not an easy task. And there's not many factories who do it very well. So we've partnered with some of the best factories in China, in India, who are facilitating this for us. And at the same time, they're applying solutions that make it more sustainable, use the material better, use less wastage of water and less manpower. It's more controlled of how fast and how efficient they are, that we get better supplies.
So you operate in many countries, and on the operational level, I don't know if there is a challenge that might happen or might have happened before. So could you walk me through the operational and logistics process?
So our business is a very seasonal business. So we have the Asian schools, which work during March and April, which is their new school terms. And then you have the international schools, which is like around the world, August, September. We open in September, so people buy the uniforms in August. But what we do is the production of every single item. Now that production takes us nearly 4 to 5 months. And the challenges we face is timelines and shipping. So obviously, when we work with China, we've got to take into consideration, you have the Chinese New Year, you have the number of holidays they have, and every year that moves forward. So our biggest challenge now is, well, there was a bigger challenge now with what was going on, but we'll talk about it later. But the biggest challenge we normally face is making sure that the products are completed on the vessel and the vessel moves to us on time. And many a times this gets delayed, and any delay, like in fashion, there's no problem. You can always sell it a week later. But when it comes to uniforms, students have to go to school on the 31st of August in their uniform. We don't have an escape. We don't have tomorrow. That is it. And parents get very unhappy when they can't do it at the right time. So it's our job as a business to make sure we combat those challenges and bring them on time.
If I would like to ask you about the eco-friendly and sustainability, which is, it's as important as technology. They are like both huge subjects that are always on the table. So if you'd like to talk about the eco-friendly material and the sustainability kind of products, how do you make your uniforms? And I don't know, there's plastics as well in the stationery. So all the products, how do you integrate the sustainability in this process?
So we, sustainability, we're doing a couple of things, right? Whichever factory we sign up with, we first look at the amount of water they have of wastage. What do they do? How do they procure the material? We even visit who their workforce is. So we don't work with anybody who's got children working. We look at the number of hours they work, their timetables, their schedules. We make sure from our side that whatever we source is ethically sourced. We see the water consumption that they use to do this, how they recycle the water, what they use. So all these aspects help us to do what we're doing. Recently, in March, we launched a very big campaign where we donated 1,000 trees. For every student that came in and bought over a certain amount, we donated a tree in South America. And those trees can actually be monitored on the app. And you'll see them over the next 10 years, they have a name and they grow. So every child, every parent that came in and bought from us, per family, we donated a tree. And we're going to do that again in August and September. We envisage that we're probably going to have around somewhere 10 to 15,000 more trees that we're going to be able to plant. And this is done in South America, and we do it from here. So every student that comes, we pay $1.5 per tree seed to be planted.
This is an amazing, actually, initiative. Actually, it is. It's
something different.
Yeah, it is different.
Giving back.
It's giving back to nature. It makes children do something with their hands, and
yes.
In all aspects, it's a positive thing.
We also the second one that we've done now is we're now launching a system where parents who buy the uniforms, obviously children grow out of their uniforms. So what do you do with that? People throw them away or whatever they do, right? We're now going to start an initiative where you bring back those uniforms to the store and we give you a credit for those. And you can use that credit in the store when you shop. So, and what we will do with those uniforms is we have schools in Africa and India and other places. We will reuse those uniforms, get them washed, get them clean, get them packed, those which are worthy, and then we will send them to those schools over there. So we're actually using all that again to be given out. We're not trying to, because we have to be careful what we use because of hygiene purposes and everything. So there's a proper 360 check by our QC. Out of 1,000 that we receive, at least 700-800 will be used and given to schools outside. So again, that's another impact we're bringing in. All of that is going to be available now on the new app that we're downloading. We're launching an app for people to come on board. The minute you say you're going to recycle, we give you 25 dirhams and you bring it onto the floor, you give it to us and you can use it. Instant gratification.
That is so smart. The app will be, the name will be Threads?
It'll be Threads, yes. It'll be Threads. And it's starting in July, end of this month. So we're launching.
Awesome, awesome. So that's great. That's actually, everything that you have said is very, very smart and very important, actually, regarding this wastage and environmental challenges that is going on. If I would like to ask you about the future vision, since you have this mentality of growing everywhere and making an impact everywhere, the future vision of Threads in your mind, how do you see it in the, let's say, 5 next years?
I want to definitely enter different markets. We want to set up our own factory at some point. And I think the GCC is yet for us to conquer. We are the biggest in the UAE. In terms of uniform supply, we're the biggest in the GCC, but in the UAE is where we dominate. We want to enter the Saudi market end of this year. We've been in talks, very, very strong talks with the MISA government and the departments, and we've already started fighting to open. So we will be opening by the end of this year. And then we're looking to expand internationally. So we've also started our office in India. We'll be working with around 25 to 30 schools currently. The target is to get to about 200 schools. And we'll be working with them. So we're expanding in India, we're expanding in Saudi. We're looking at the UK. We've already set up our office there. So we're looking at another 30, 40 schools there. So the vision is in the next 5 years, I'd say international expansion with a very clear focus on UAE to make sure that our home ground product is so good that people want to take it outside. So key focus on that, key focus on expansion, and eventually, hopefully, setting up a factory where we can cater to all these businesses ourselves.
Hopefully, of course, we wish you all the success. That is definitely going to happen. Because there is hard work, there is ideas, you're up to date with all that is going on in the world. So we need your company to be actually in the market.
We're working hard. The team is working very hard, and I'm very lucky that I have, because no one can do this alone, right? Yeah. The amount I travel versus what the team efforts put in, the team is putting in everything they've got, and it shows in the results. It shows in the results. I don't get involved in the day-to-day with the team so much because there are some really great leaders, and each one is an expert in their domain, and they run it fantastically. So very lucky to have a great team.
Well, we wish you and them all the luck, of course. And if you'd like to use this opportunity to give an advice for the new generation, for somebody who's trying to be something in this world or have an impact, or a positive impact, of course. If you learn like one thing from all these years, looking at your camera, what is the advice that you think is the most important in being a successful person?
I think an advice from my side always be dream big, stay humble, be disciplined in your thought process, and don't be scared to try. I think you have to really give everything you've got. And you know what? You'll fail. You'll fail once, you'll fail twice, but it's all about getting up and trying again. And I'm a testament to that. I've failed many times in my career, in my life, but never stopped, never given up. Believe in the power of discipline and the power of able to achieve what you need to achieve. And I think that's what's important. Stay humble, stay disciplined, dream big, and never give up. That's what I would say.
Thank you very much. And if I tell you one last message that you'd like to share, something that you'd like to express, looking at your camera also.
I think I want to thank the leadership of the UAE. I think it's been it's been some challenging times that have been going on, and it's shown us that a city which is 50-year-old city has really stood up to the challenges. We're grateful to be in a country like Dubai. We feel safer here, the families, the parents, the children. And I really want to express my sincere gratitude to the leadership. And I wish we can carry on being part of this beautiful journey. And thank you to our leadership for everything they've done for us and they're doing for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this interesting and inspiring interview. I enjoyed the interview. So we hope everybody that is watching the interview is going to benefit, and I'm sure they're going to benefit from this success story. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching Peers of Union. See you next week with another episode and a new success story.